I was fired before my first sip of coffee. By lunch, their $1.3 billion AI bowed to me and me alone. Want to know how a single shake of my head turned Arkite systems upside down? Stick around. Because at 7:59 a.m., they thought they ended my career. At 10:47 a.m., I made sure they never forgot my name. If you've ever been underestimated, sidelined, or told to smile and train the boss's favorite, hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories where justice doesn't whisper, it roars. Now, take a breath, because this revenge isn't loud at first. It's precise. I'm Rachel Morgan. 10 years of my life lived inside a codebase called Monarch, Arkite Systems Pride, my creation. 10 years of white bards, midnight noodles, and coffee that never quite cooled. 10 years turning a napkin sketch into an AI framework that outran every competitor. Tuesday morning, 7:59 a.m., I step into CO Lucas Varelli's corner office. Sun hitting that too glossy mahogany, 2 coffees waiting like a staged photograph. He doesn't offer me a seat. His shoes click against marble like a metronome of decisions already made. "Rachel," he says, voice smooth enough to hide the blade. "Special project. My niece Madison just joined. Brilliant. Summa cum laude from digital storytelling. The board wants her to lead tech innovation. You'll train her. Start with loops and functions." My chest tightens. Not anger, density. Like someone slid a lead bar under my ribs. Madison Varelli. 24. Blonde highlights. A follower count that uses commas. Last week she posted, "Entering tech. Manifesting impact." In the reflection of his window, I catch my own auburn ponytail, the navy blazer that has survived product launches and board fights. I've written 2 million lines of code, 43 patents, turned down Google and Meta because Arkite was my home. And I'm supposed to teach an influencer a for loop while my 17 active projects starve? "Lucas," I say evenly, gripping my laptop strap to keep my hands steady, "I'm managing the Durham deal. The valuation alone. This is the priority now." He cuts in, jaw tightening. "Madison is family. She is the future. Family. Future. 2 words that never seem to require confidence. I straighten, something very old and very calm settling into my bones. I can't do that. Monarch is too complex for a training exercise. The right answer is your training department. He doesn't let me finish. He presses a button. Send HR. He turns back with a face I've seen during board showdowns. Red, polished, certain. "Your lack of cooperation doesn't align with our culture. You're terminated. Effective immediately. Security will escort you out." 15 minutes. The words land like snow. Soft, cold, absolutely final. I should shake. I don't. Because the day they hired Madison, I started sleeping with my shoes on. "I'll need to transfer access codes." "Not necessary," he says. "IT will handle it. Your access is already revoked." Already. The coffees were props. I reach the door. He adds, like a man who thinks he owns punctuation, "And Rachel? The NDA you signed, remember the penalties." I give him a smile that doesn't touch my eyes. "Lucas, I remember everything." The hall is a funeral procession. Marcus and Derek from security flank me. Good men. Marcus can't meet my eyes. Derek's jaw ticks. We pass engineers behind glass, faces lit by code, pretending not to look. My office is exactly as I left it 45 minutes ago. The world's best boss mug my team gave me, photos of launch nights, my mom at her remission party, a framed printout of Monarch's first hello world, 6 months of failing until it finally said hello back. I begin the ritual you learn in corporate. Personal only, no proprietary. My hands move. My mind runs. Bottom drawer. Conference badges. Notebooks. My fingers find a black USB drive. Light as a promise. I palm it smooth casual. "That's company property." A bright, brittle voice slices the air. Madison stands in my doorway. Designer dress. Camera raised. "I'm documenting this for Uncle Lucas. We can't let her steal anything." Up close she looks younger. The kind of confidence that comes tax-free when nothing has ever cost you. "Hello, Madison. Congratulations." She lowers the phone a fraction, confused by politeness. "Yeah, well, I'll be taking over your projects. Monarch isn't that complicated once you understand the basics. Behind her, Marcus rolls his eyes. The smallest rebellion. You'll do wonderfully, I say, tucking my mouse pad, a stress ball shaped like a server, the framed hello whirled into my bag. You should leave your passwords, she says, click 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 on the tile like a countdown. Uncle Lucas says you people sabotage things. You people hang sour in the air. IT revoked my credentials at 7:59, I say. They'll create new protocols for you. What's level 17? She asks, blinking when I wish her luck with it. Nothing you need to worry about. The elevator ride down is an autopsy of a life. Marketing on 12 where they gave my algorithms good haircuts. Legal on 7 where I signed incorporation papers for an LLC named after me and my mother, buried in subsidiary filings so deep even our CFO missed it. In the lobby, the receptionist gives me a look that says she isn't fooled by marble. At 8:14, the revolving door spins me into a city that does not care what any one man thinks he owns. The USB sits in my pocket like a small, warm animal. In my car, the parking garage flickers. I open my laptop. Not Arkite credentials. Deeper ones. Older. 2 words bloom on my screen. Welcome, architect. Layers 1 to 16, active. Layer 17, standby. Layer 17 is not a firewall. It's a philosophy with code around it. A dead man's switch that lives in logic, not locks. If the system architect employment status flips to terminated without proper transition, Monarch enters protective mode. Licensing verification required within 90 minutes. If not, no one gets in. Because Monarch doesn't recognize itself as existing, I press enter. Employment status change detected. Initiating license verification protocol. Countdown 89:59. At 8:23 a.m., Lucas has 67 minutes until his billion-dollar demo to Durham equity. My phone buzzes. Janet, my lead dev heard. We're ready to walk. Don't, I text. Not yet. Watch the 9:30 demo. Rachel, what did you do? Nothing. Nature. At Brennan and Associates, my lawyer meets me with the smile of a chess player who can finally use the queen. 3 years ago, I set up Morgan Technologies, LLC. The original Monarch patents? Filed under it. Arkite had licensing rights, as long as I remained employed. Precaution, I told him then. I hope I never need it. He asked me today, options. I answered, let's discuss when the countdown hits 0. Meanwhile, the shrine is lit at Arkite. 3 massive displays, engineers posted like saints. Durham partners seated, pens ready to sign away the future. Lucas is charismatic, slick with cologne and confidence. Beside him, Madison live streams. Of course she does. What you'll see isn't software, Lucas drawls. It's the future. Let's see it, says Richard Durham. The interface sails through initialization. 12 seconds of perfection. Then the first crack. System architect verification required. A demo engineer laughs too loudly. Minor glitch. Fingers fly. Access denied. Authentication failure. Lucas keeps smiling, but his eyes sharpen. Use architect credentials. I am, sir. He swallows. They're not working. Screens flash red. Bigger words this time. Licensing verification required. Time remaining, 12:47. Contact system architect. Madison, oblivious, chirps to her followers. So, sometimes tech has tiny hiccups. Turn that off, Lucas hisses, spitting syllables. Durham stands. Mr. Varelli, is there a problem? No problem at all, Lucas says, voice a shade higher. He gestures to Harrison, the man promoted to my job 30 minutes ago. Fix it. Harrison types. Sweats. Sir, it's like the core is locked from outside. He pauses. There's a reference to a level 17. I've never. Get Rachel Morgan on the phone. Lucas barks. My voicemail, cheerful. If this is about Monarch architecture, please consult your licensing agreement. Have a great day. Durham's face goes from interested to cold. We'll postpone. Perhaps indefinitely. The room fractures. Madison's live stream captures everything. Hashtags bloom like poisonous flowers. Hashtag Monarch fail. Hashtag misdirector. Hashtag let engineers lead. By 8:45, Lucas tries brute force. By 8:47, someone whispers, hackers. I see it from Brennan's conference room. IPs from Romania, Russia, Malaysia, one overeager in Belarus. They swarm a door that doesn't exist. I open a decoy, a convincing monarch that smiles as it bites. The attackers break through, celebrate, and download source. My code phones home the instant they compile, then politely tags every terminal that touched it. While they cheer, their keystrokes walk themselves into my evidence folder. Janet calls from the Arkite bathroom, whispering over hand dryer noise. He fired 3 people from IT. Harrison looks green. Stall when you hear cheering, I say. Ask to review the patch. Take screenshots. Everything. They run their patch. Monarch appears to wake. Cheers in the demo room. Harrison wilts with relief. Lucas gloats. And then my decoy begins its real work. Every terminal that accessed it gets tagged. Every email with crypto, patch, or recovery routes to my secure vault, performance degrades under load, just enough to implode a redemo. An email pings through the honeypot from Lucas's own account. Payment confirmed. $50K to CryptoGhost for emergency system recovery. Delete this thread. Wire fraud. Securities fraud. Computer fraud. Buffet. A text pops from the unknown hacker. Nice try with the honeypot. I reply, check your compile logs. Long pause. Who is this? The architect. Enjoy the FBI visit. Silence. Someone pulls their plug. Logs keep singing. By noon, Durham is done with Arkite and very interested in me. Clara Renner, silver hair, razor smile, meets me at the Fairmont. Rachel, she says, we were buying Monarch. Turns out Arkite never owned it. We prefer to invest with the person who does. She slides a tablet, Morgan Technologies, LLC filings. Then another document with numbers that make my breath catch. Signing bonus, she says, as casually as weather. Full coverage for your mother's treatments. Salary separate. Equity in the new company. I ask for 3 things. My team comes with me. Ethical lines we don't cross. No surveillance for sale. No offensive military work. No data brokering, and the launch must be public to counter Madison's live stream. Clara smiles like a cathedral. Done. And one more thing at time. 10:47 a.m. tomorrow. She raises an eyebrow. Significance. Just timing it to the second the first hello world finally compiled. By late afternoon, the headlines are bonfires. Arkite loses core tech, Durham walks. Ex-CTO holds patents. Arkite's stock graph looks like a ski slope. Arkite's attorney calls. Voice frayed. The board will reinstate you. Back pay. Promotion, president of technology. His words come fast, tripping over themselves. Name your price. I look out at the skyline and picture my team, exhausted under fluorescent lights. I think of Madison's phone raised like a scepter. I remember Lucas saying family is the future. I already named it, I say. Monarch Global Systems. Your company can apply for a license like everyone else. He calls it extortion. I call it reading a contract. When I hang up, my phone buzzes with a text from a number that feels like a door I should have locked years ago. You destroyed everything I built. I hope you're satisfied. I type back. You destroyed it when you chose nepotism over competence. I'm just refusing to drown with you. 3 dots. Then, the board will remove me if you return. Too late. Ask Madison for a loop. I block him under the pink of sunset. That night, I stand on my balcony. My mother calls. Someone named Lucas offered me $10 million for some paperwork. I said I don't negotiate with men who fire my daughter. Also, I told him his hair gel reads desperate on camera. I laugh so hard I have to sit down. Morning arrives like a verdict. Durham's 42nd floor becomes Monarch Global Systems in a single, beautiful rush. Open floor plan, no glass throne rooms, a countdown clock set to 10:47. Janet brings champagne. David hums at the server rack. Sarah puts up a sign, build right or don't build. Clara appears at my elbow. Lucas went on TV this morning. Claimed you stole proprietary tech. Would you like to answer? Yes, I say as cameras turn. At 10:47 a.m. I sign. The clock hits 0. The room erupts. Reporters shout. I keep my voice steady. I spent a decade building Monarch, I say. Arkite had full usage rights, contingent on honoring an employment agreement they violated at 7:59 a.m. yesterday. I didn't sabotage anything. I protected what we created from being treated like a prop. What about your former colleagues? Someone asks. I gesture to my team. The people who built Monarch are right here. If anyone still at Arkite wants to work where merit beats nepotism, we're hiring. Clara steps up. Durham has fully funded Monarch Global. We're launching with the industry's strongest ethical charter. The press conference surges. I slip back to my desk. Not a corner office, just a workstation in the middle of everything. A simple nameplate. Rachel Morgan, Chief Architect. No doors between me and the future. An email arrives. Madison. Ms. Morgan, I'm sorry. I was set up to fail. I'm leaving Arkite and applying to CS. Maybe one day I can learn from someone who actually builds things. I type back. Monarch Global has a competitive internship program. Apply when you're ready to earn it. I glance toward Arkite's building across the city. Somewhere, Lucas is sitting in an emergency board meeting, palms open, looking for a ladder on a smooth wall. He'll call it betrayal. He'll never call it consequence. You can delete code. You can't delete dependencies. He pulled the wrong line, and the system crashed. We lift our glasses. Janet, to Monarch Global. David, to doing it right. Sarah, to showing them. I look at the team that made the impossible routine. I think of my mom answering a bill collector with, "Please call my daughter's lawyer." I think of that first hello world that took 6 months to compile and changed everything when it did. To second chances, I say. And to never needing a third. Then we put the glasses down and get to work. At Arkite, the fixed Monarch wheezes under demo load and collapses. Performance logs trace to the honeypot patch. My evidence folder pings with Lucas's crypto receipts and frantic delete thread emails. FBI knocks on doors that always believed they were on the right side of them. Durham's phones don't ring back. Arkite stock craters. On every screen at Arkite, one message remains. Monarch is in protective mode. For licensing, contact Morgan Technologies, LLC. Authorized representative, Margaret Morgan. That's my mother's name. It takes a special kind of arrogance to think you own the sun because you stood near a window. Lucas learned the difference between possession and creation. Between title and truth. Revenge doesn't have to be fire. Sometimes it's a line of logic that you wrote years ago. Sometimes it's a contract clause that protects the people who did the work. Justice isn't always loud, but you know it when it lands, because the room finally feels the right size. If this story hit you in the gut, smash that like button. Tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying justice you've ever seen at work? And subscribe for more revenge stories where the underdog doesn't just bite back, they build something better. Thanks for listening. And remember, when they try to write you out of the story, write the system that writes them out instead.